Business blew up when I did this thing. I went from stressed out, working my butt off, making around $50,000 per month, to now, and not really enjoying what I did, honestly, to now making over $150,000 per month, truly enjoying what I do. I have time freedom, location freedom. I don't have a calendar filled with a bunch of calls every single day. I don't understand this flex online right now where people are like flexing with their calendar being filled with calls. It's like, why is that a good thing? Don't you want like do something that you enjoy and like have freedom to do some stuff as well? And so in this video, I'm going to talk about how did I do that? How did I go from making $50,000 per month, doing something that I don't truly enjoy? And I understand that most people watching this, most likely don't have a business making $50,000 a month. Most likely you just wanna start out and make some money. And this video will still be very relevant and like valuable to you as well. But I want to talk about how did I do that transformation from $50K to $150,000 per month, being stressed out, hating what I did, or not hating, but being bored of it and being stressed out to now just loving what I do, having a business that makes 150 grand per month, and it's scaling. I can take this business model way past 150K per month, and it's growing as we speak, right? So let's talk about that transformation. How did I do that? And what can you learn from that? How can you implement this to just succeed faster if you want to make more money online and start an online business? I want to talk all about that in this video, right? So let's start off what I did before, right? So I was running a marketing agency, a social media marketing agency, or an SMMA. That's what I did before. And I'm sure you've seen this on the internet and online. And I've made a bunch of videos on it as well. I still think that running an SMMA is a great business model to start. And so let's talk about that first. Like, why is SMMA a good business to start off with and why it's not a good business to start with? And then I'm going to talk about this other thing that I'm doing right now instead that it's, in my opinion, better. So when you run a business online or when you run any type of business, you can really only sell 4 different things. Everything boils down to 4 different things that you can sell. The first thing that you can sell is physical products, right? You can have either online or offline, right? But you can sell physical products. And what's great with that is that if you make that work, you know, people are always looking for products, so you can obviously sell it. The downside is when you're just starting out is that you will have to buy the products from somewhere. You'll have to design them. You'll have to ship them. You have to store them, right? Then you will have to ship them to your customers as well. So you have to ship them to yourself. You have to store them someplace. Then once you make a sale, you have to ship the physical product to your customers as well, right? And then maybe your customers don't like the product or something is wrong with it, so they have to ship it back. And it's just very complex, if you ask me. I'm sure I've never been running an e-commerce business myself or selling physical products, but when you start out, it's like you need money to start it, right? But when you make it work, I'm sure that it's great. But you can sell physical products. The second thing that you can sell is software, right? Now, this is a lot better, right? I much rather sell software than physical products because software is digital, right? So it lives online, right? Somebody can buy something like a software and immediately when they buy it, they get access to it. There's no shipping involved. There's no creation of the actual product in terms of like physical product. You don't need a storage space. Everything lives online, right? Which is great. And also normally when you sell a software, you ask for monthly recurring revenue, right? So, which is amazing because you can make a sale once and then get paid forever afterwards, as long as the customer stays, obviously, which is great. So software is amazing when you make it work. However, it's expensive to make it work. You need developers. It's not easy. You need to code. You need to build something. And like hiring developers is crazy expensive. Building a software costs a lot of money, right? So it's not ideal if you're a beginner, right? The third thing that you can sell is service and basically selling your time, which is if you start a social media marketing agency, you learn a skill like marketing and you can sell that to a business owner and now you're selling your time, right? And you're selling that skill, which is amazing because in the beginning, if you don't have money and you want to make money and the only thing you have is time, so now you can sell your time to other people and you get paid for that. And you can even price, you don't have to get paid per hour anymore. You can get paid on value, right? You can get paid on the value that you bring to a company. So you don't have to get paid $100 per hour, but you can actually get paid 35 grand a month by not spending too much time on that client every single month. But you're still like selling a service. You still have to like, you're still selling your time in a way, right? Which is great when you start out because you can start out with literally no money, just learning a skill. But it's also the downside of this this business model, right, is because you cannot scale it past a certain threshold unless you start to hire a bunch of people, and now your profit margins go down, etc. And so that's what I did. I was helping roofers with Facebook ads. I did that for quite a long time, and it made 50 grand a month, but I didn't want to scale past $50,000 per month. Why? Because I was stressed out, and I didn't like that was enough for me. I didn't want to scale it, and I didn't enjoy the business models. I didn't want to hire a bunch of people neither to like make this thing that I was already not happy with to become even more miserable with it, right? But that's the third thing. So we had, first of all, we had physical products, then we had software, then we had services, and then the fourth thing that you can sell online, which is what I'm doing right now, which is amazing, is information, right? You can sell, the online education industry is absolutely massive. It's huge. And this is what I'm going to talk about in this video today. How did I go from selling services, selling my time, to selling information? That's what helped me to go from $50,000 per month being stressed out to making over $150,000 per month right now, just loving what I do and having a lot more scalable business. Because the cool thing about when you sell information, or when you sell online education essentially, right? Courses, is that you can create something once, a digital product, kind of like software, right? And you can charge for it monthly. So instead of charging a huge payment up front, like I sell this course for $5,000, right now what I sell my course for $125 per month. So a low fee, kind of like a software, but it's education. So it's like education as a service. So instead of SaaS being software as a service, you can have education as a service, and you get paid monthly, right? So you can have monthly recurring revenue. So you sell something once, and if you set up the correct way, people will continue to pay you month after month after month. So now you have a scalable business model that is a lot more fun to run, and you can just make a lot more money with it, right? So that's that. Here's also another very interesting thing. If in the beginning, right, you are most of the time optimizing for money, right? And so what I mean by that, when I started my business and when I sold my service, my marketing service, I was optimizing myself for just wanting to make money. I created this service and I want to sell that thing, and I tried to optimize everything in my life just to make as much money as possible. And that took me to 50 grand a month. But then I realized that, hey, the problem now is that I'm stressed out and I can't take on any more clients, right? I don't have enough time in my day to serve more clients, right? So I optimize for money. How do I get money? I sell my time to clients. But then came the second lesson. That's what I'm starting to do. That's what I did now, or what I'm doing now. And I can talk about the third thing as well. But now I'm not necessarily optimizing for money only. I do, right? I do want to make more money. I do want to grow a bigger business, right? But what I optimize for right now is time, okay? Because I had my first business model. I was like, that business is eating up my time and I can't scale it anymore and I'm stressed out. So the second business I'm going to do right now when I sell online education is that I optimize for time. I want to have a business model where I don't have to take sales calls. I don't have to do all of this thing to fill up my calendar to make sales. And I don't want to have to just selling my time so that I can only serve X amount of clients, like 10 or 15 or 20 clients. I want to be able to serve the whole world if I could, right? So I'll start to optimize my business for time. That's why I went into the selling online education, right? Selling information. And what do you think happened when I optimized my business for time? Well, I made more money, which is pretty funny, because when I optimized for money, I made X amount of money. When I optimized for time, I made more money as well. So I was like, what's going on here? The third thing that I'm now optimizing for is energy, right? And that is, if I can make my energy better, meaning that if I can use my time more efficiently, right? Which everything is energy in a way, right? So if I just can make myself better, if I can sleep more, eat healthier, become better, think clearer, and also just become more efficient, basically trying to optimize for energy, both for myself and potentially then even have a team, right? So now I'm like, how can I optimize my energy for this time? I don't have to do everything myself. I can build a team now, and I can build up my energy, I can build up their energy, and collectively we're now optimizing even more for time because we're optimizing for energy. Does that make sense? What happens then? It makes even more money, right? So this is basically how I made my business to go from 50 grand a month to $150,000 per month. And my business is now growing every single month. I want to take this to 200 grand, 3, 4, 500 grand, $1 million a month. I can take this way further. Like, I have big goals with this. So this is really my advice to you if you're just starting out. And this goes into another business lesson as well. That starting out selling a service is great. I don't reject that I started social media marketing and that I sold my time, because it taught me all the business lessons that I needed. It taught me sales, it taught me marketing, it taught me how to talk to customers, it taught me about support, it taught me about the value of like having like the one who provides the most value wins in the marketplace, because I knew that if I just have more value, if I give my clients better results than other people, then people will buy from me, right? That's basically how it works. Just imagine yourselves like last time you were about to buy a computer, or last time you were about to buy something techy, something that performs, like a bike or something, or you want to buy, I don't know, like a new refrigerator, or just buy something to your home and house, right? Whatever it is, a phone. What I do, and what I think most people do nowadays when we're going to buy something new, we go to YouTube and we want to find the best thing. We want to find the best thing that is in our budget, right? We want to find the best. And how do you make something the best? If you're looking for a new refrigerator, I don't know why you would buy that, but let's say your old one broke, you just have to have a new refrigerator. You will most likely, you want to find the best one for your budget, right? So if I'm selling refrigerators, how do I make sure that you buy from me then? Well, I create the best product. I provide the most value. So that is what that means. The one who provides the most value wins. And so it taught me all of these lessons, like, so starting a service-based business. But now when I went into the online education space, it just unlocked a completely new different level of how I can make it more scalable, more fun. And instead of selling advertising services to like roofers, I don't enjoy roofing, right? I just did it because I optimized for money. I wanted to make money, but I didn't enjoy roofing, but I just wanted to do it because I wanted to make money. Now I can optimize for time and energy, and I can actually do something that I enjoy, which is huge. And I use this platform School then, and I have a free course on that that you can check out as well. But yeah, that's basically it. And then the second huge business lesson that I want to talk about in this video that made the biggest change for me, and the people that I see right now in my courses and my communities that I sell myself, the people who are crushing it, who are getting really, 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 really good results. For example, we had one guy called Faroon. He was in debt 5 months ago. Last month, he made 65 grand in new monthly recurring revenue into his business, in new monthly recurring revenue, in new sales, 65 grand. He was in debt 5 months ago. How did he do that? Right? And we have this other girl, her name is I'm losing her name right now. I have to look it up. Gracie. Sorry, Gracie, if you're watching this. Gracie, yes. And what she did is that 3 months ago or 4 months ago, she started an Instagram page, and she blew that up to 200,000 followers in 3 months. Like, how did those people do that? How did they just fast track their success and build huge following and make a lot of money in such a short amount of period of time, when most of us starting out don't do that? What did they do, right? And here's the thing that they did. They basically modeled themselves after other people. So what Faroon did with his business, he looked at what other people were doing, and it was like, here's this guy or girl, I don't know what it was. They have a successful business in place. They are doing something. I'm going to do what they're doing because I'm interested in that business as well. I can see myself running that business. So they just saw what that person were doing and just modeled themselves after that. They did pretty much the exact same thing as this other person did, but they did it slightly different on a different platform, or they did it a little bit better. They taught a bit better. Maybe they had some experience in that field as well. So they just thought that, here's somebody's crushing it. I believe that I can make this different and make it a bit better. And then they went for it. And what happened? Well, it worked because there was a market for it there. There was something there that people wanted to buy. Same thing with Gracie. She started an Instagram page called Dating with Gracie, where she's teaching people how to date. And first, she targeted women. So she wanted to become a dating coach for women, how girls or women can find their love of their life, essentially. And it kind of worked, but it didn't really work as well as she wanted. But then on her Instagram reels that she was doing, she saw that a lot of guys were commenting like, hey, can't you just do this for men, right? So she was like, interesting. what did she do then? She went to Instagram and to the internet and she watched what do other people do that do dating advice for men. So she finds some very successful Instagram pages that were crushing it for dating advice for men. She modeled herself, took inspiration from them, and did a similar thing, and she blew up. Over 200,000 followers in 3 months. Insane. So instead of you trying to figure out everything yourself when you're starting out, you can model yourself after what other people are doing. So that is basically my 2 biggest advice. The business model is huge. The business model that I went from a service-based business to the online education space. Tripled my income. And it's continued to grow. Then I also start to optimize for, instead of optimizing only for money, I start to optimize for time and energy. Also blew up my business. And then if you look at Faroon and Gracie as well, then they also blew up their businesses by modeling themselves after what other people are doing. That's what I'm doing in my business as well. I didn't invent this business that I'm doing. I took inspiration from what other very successful entrepreneurs were doing. I was like, they're smart. They figured it out. I'm going to do what they're doing. I'm going to model myself after them and do a similar thing, but I'm going to do it in my own unique way. That's what I did. Work like a charm. That's what Faroon did, and that's what Gracie did. So that is it for this video. And yeah, that is basically what I wanted to talk about. So that is how I blew up my business from 50 grand a month to $150,000 a month, and it continues to grow. And I'm happy. I have fun. I'm excited. I have a team. It's amazing. It's a lot of fun, and the future is very bright. So hopefully this business advice will help you if you're just starting out, or maybe you're somebody who's just stuck in business right now and you're not happy. Like, you can make it happen. You can fix it. You can adjust. To make it fun again and to make it more profitable again. And yeah, so that's basically it for this video. Check out my other videos if you like this type of stuff. Let's go.